What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. And the goblins have returned. So we got two brand new 5-star heroes to have a look at. So we're going to have a look at Leafwhisk today. And we're going to have a look at Acidfire. Such a cool name, honestly. So let's start with Leafwhisk. Let's see what this little guy is all about. So first of all, he's a nature hero. He is, of course, of the Goblin family. So just to quickly recap, the bonus is for 1, 2, or 3 heroes. And each time he takes damage from an enemy special skill, he removes 50%, 75, or 100% boosted health from all enemies. So good Goblin passive. Then the 50% chance to deal 90% damage to all enemies, and all enemies get negative 25% accuracy for 3 turns. Now, I do like the secondary passive a bit more than the first one. I just think that 90% extra damage really does help quite a lot. Now, I don't have any of these new 5-star Goblin heroes just yet. I'm trying not to spend, but SG are not making it easy for me, I'll tell you that much. I'm waiting. But they are some of the best heroes in the game at the moment, especially Darkfeather. I'm really loving Darkfeather. He's an insanely good hero. So yeah, maybe a little bit underestimated initially, but such a great hero. Now the passives are good. Anyways, moving on to stats. So if we switch the max power preview off, we can see he's running a team power of 980, which is absolutely massive. The attack is at 994, so nearly 1,000. The defense is over 1,000, and the health is 1584. So maybe slightly like squishier in terms of the health department, but that attack stat and the defense stat are absolutely through the roof. Now his special skill is going to be called the Flute of Enchantment. We can see he's playing his little flute there. He's kind of like the Pied Piper Goblin. So yeah, it's the Flute of Enchantment, and he's running at average speed. So at average speed, he's going to, first of all, growth is going to apply, so all allies get 355 defense. That's a massive increase to the defense. For most heroes, that's probably going to be about, say, maybe 25% additional defense for a maxed 5-star hero the first time that he casts his special. And remember that can be increased to a maximum of 170% of the original value. So that is, I mean, that could be huge, just increasing the defense straight away. He then summons a Spotted Boar Mega Minion, and this minion has 65% HP, so a huge amount of HP, probably nearly 1,000 HP, and 210% attack inherited from the caster. Okay. When summoned, the Spotted Boar Mega Minion gives its owner immunity to buff dispels and reallocations for as long as the owner has a Spotted Boar Mega Minion. So one thing he's not doing is giving himself a specific buff. So it's got to be a buff that's going to be applied by somebody else. What I mean by that, so if he casts his special, he's increasing the defense of the whole team and summoning this massive Mega Minion on top of himself. The minion gives immunity to buff dispels as long as he has the minion, but he doesn't cast a buff. So if you've got him alongside another hero that casts a buff, say for example we put him next to Ludwig, the mana buff that he gets from Ludwig will not be dispellable as long as he's got the Mega Minion. So while he is a good hero, because of the defense up and that Mega Minion and the effect from the Mega Minion, he's got to be paired with other heroes for him to be extremely effective. I would say he is more of a defensive hero. I don't think that you're going to benefit as much from this guy on an attacking team, but he does help with survivability quite a bit. And if you've got some sort of extreme buffs that you want to cast on heroes, then he's going to be a prime candidate for that. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure how effective Leafwhisk's going to be. I do like the growth effect that he gets where he increases the defense. I think that's pretty damn powerful, but it doesn't win you a battle. So that's kind of the the problem with that one. And the mega minion, just remember that mega minions do replace all existing minions and fiends. And additional fiends and minions can't replace mega minions, so you're not going to put him as part of like a minion maker team just because that mega minion's going to replace any other minions that were summoned or are summoned after he summons it. So yeah, that is Leafwhisk in a nutshell. I'm not really sure where I sit with this guy. I just think, yeah, he's a good defensive hero. I think he can fit in as part of a defensive team, but he definitely relies quite heavily on other synergies. So I'm not sure how effective he's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and give Leafwhisk a B grade for now. We will see in the future if I'm going to change my mind on that, but some reason I don't think that I will. The frustrating part really is that increase on the defense. Now, the other hero we've got in here is Acidfire. Probably the coolest name I've ever heard in my life. So hopefully this little goblin can live up to it. So Acidfire is a purple dark hero. She gets the same family bonus and the same passive, so we won't go over those again. Now, in terms of stats, we are looking at 1,034 on the attack, 959 on defense, and 1604 on the health. So very good stats across the board for a total of 979 on the team power. Now, her special skill is Poisonous Mist, and it's running at fast speed, which we love. So at fast speed, she deals 355% damage to the target and nearby enemies. That's a massive hit at fast speed to 3 heroes. Then she gives the wither effect, so the target and nearby enemies get negative 225 attack and minus 225 defense as well. So she's reducing the attack and defense, and she's whacking you for a hefty hit. Now, the target and nearby enemies reflect status effect buffs to a random character on the opposing team for the following 3 turns. This is insanely good. So this effect is a similar effect to a hero like Milady de Winter, although she does the reflect on both sides. But what happens after Acidfire casts her effect is that any buffs the enemy team put on themselves are going to be reflected onto the opposition team. So again, let's take Ludwig as an example. You fire Acidfire off, and then Ludwig goes off the following turn. The taunt that he casts and the mana, the mana generation buff that he casts should be reflected onto your team. So that's an extremely powerful effect if you know how to use it. So yeah, I love this hero. I think she's just so straightforward but super powerful. The reduction of defense and attack also is going to make your team more survivable. And this ability score can be reduced to up to a maximum up to 30% of the original value. So she can keep casting and keep reducing the attack and defense stats of the enemy team until they get down to a measly 30% of their original value, at which point you better just throw your phone against the wall, because the battle is well and truly over. And plus, I think if she casts more than twice, I think she's going to be a pretty much a team destroyer as well, with those massive stats and that huge damage that she deals up front as well. So an insanely good hero in Acidfire. Definitely, I'm going to go A+ on this hero. I think she, for me, is at least top 2 out of the Goblin's heroes. If that wasn't enough, she also benefits from the attack up ether power. So at the start of the battle, if you second limit break, she's going to get an extra 20% attack for 6 turns. There's just the realm of insanity. So yeah, I love this hero. I think she's going to be absolutely amazing. So congrats if you do manage to pull Acidfire. Please do let me know how she performs. I think she's absolutely insane. I mean, just look at those stats with the second limit breaks, like 1,300 attack plus an extra 20%. You're just going to be wrecking a whole team. Leafwhisk, like I said before, I'm not such a huge fan of this guy. He does benefit from the defense up ether talent, so he's much more of a defensive hero. I know that kind of goes without saying, but I think that there may be some usability for him. I might be missing a couple of things, but yeah, he's going to be very frustrating with that increased defense right from the off, from when he casts his first special. So that's all I've got to say about these two new Goblins heroes. In terms of the summon rate odds, we're still, in terms of the bonus, you get a chance for 2 Goblins if you summon 1 legendary one. You've got a 0.4% chance for a legendary featured Goblin, and a 0.5% chance for a normal legendary Goblin. So a total of 0.9% chance, which is pretty damn measly. But yeah, if you get 1, you get 2. So I guess there's that. So yeah, that's literally everything I got to say on this. So good luck, guys, in your summons. I wish you all of the best of luck. Hopefully you do manage to grab Acidfire or Leafwhisk if you want Leafwhisk. Probably not Kettle. But yeah, please do drop us a like and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any future updates. And I will see you all again in the next video. Bye for now.